Hello, welcome to All That Work for Nothing podcast.
With Shane.
And Doriel, your hosts.
How are you doing today, most beautifulest?
I'm doing all right. It was a hard day, mentals wise, for me. We are in the thick of winter over here. It's cold, it's stormy. I haven't seen the sun in, I don't know how long.
We saw the sun for like a second today.
That doesn't count.
He said hi, and then he flipped us off, and then went right back
Exactly.
underneath the clouds.
He's like, hey, bitches. And then,
The sun at this time of the year is like a grumpy ass teenager.
Yes.
It'll just like come down just for like a second, and you try to connect with it, and it's like, no, I hate you, fuck you, I'm going back to my dark room.
Exactly. It is like a teenager. It's like, oh, I'm sleeping. Oh,
It's like,
stop.
it's like mad that you're around, and all you want to do is get close to it and connect to it. And
exactly.
it just won't let you in.
It won't let you in. Anyways, thank you for coming back. This has been a really great journey so far with our new name and our new setup. We've set up a little bit more. So we have a tripod now that has a light on it. So hopefully the lighting is better. As you can see, we
Decorations?
we've got some decorations up here. These are very near and dear to my heart. This says "way to be a woman," and that was a saying that my late grandmother would say to me growing up. She was a fierce feminist, and it's a really big reason why I am a fierce feminist and why I fight for women's rights. And my grandma was someone that was like very near and dear to my heart, and really shaped the person that I am today. So I wanted to. She had to be involved in some way in this podcast. She would have been really proud of this podcast, and she would have been like our biggest fan.
I know she would.
I know she would have. She would say that to anyone who identified as a female whenever they would do something that was worthy. You know, like something that to celebrate. She'd be like, "Way to be a woman." It was so cool,
remarkable, little extraordinary.
Yeah, it was really great.
That's a fantastic compliment.
I loved when she would say that to me. It would make me feel so good.
I should say that to you more often.
Aww.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be the same coming from me.
Probably not, but that'd be really sweet. And then we have this beautiful painting. I don't know who it's by.
Oh, is that?
It's like the famous painting of a bunch of people that are Victorian style dressed in a park.
I think it's called Day at the Park, and I can't remember if that's...
You're right.
I can't remember if it's Monet or Monet. I think it's one of them. I can't remember if it's art history people. Tell me if I'm completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure, that's either Monet or Monet. It's called Day at the Park, and it's pointillism. So the cool thing about that one, I love that painting. I'm so glad that you loved it too. It was a really cool sign. Like, if you don't know, there's like a million little signs that always direct me towards Doriel and like her being my partner forever.
She left this to me.
Oh, that's the story behind it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. This was her painting. So, a rendering of the painting.
Right.
That she always had up in her house. And I remember as a little girl, I would look at it all the time. And I would always imagine what I would be doing in this picture if I was in there. And I think my grandma remembered that, so she left that to me in her will when she passed away.
I didn't really notice this until I got a dog, but there's so many dogs in that painting.
There are a lot of dogs, yeah.
Yeah, there's like little dogs, little bigger dogs, like... It's so nice.
Yeah, so... those are the updates. Oh, we also did the
door.
Decided to make this door not so bright and white and bland.
Standing out.
We decided to kind of mix it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's a good background.
It's getting there. Like
it's coming along.
We are really getting to where I want us to be. The only thing is that currently we are filming on my iPhone because I cannot afford a DSLR, like a good DSLR camera. I have one that's kind of like it's a 4K camera, but the quality is so horrible.
Yeah.
And I would rather just use that for now. And then we'll see later down the line when we have sponsors and like we're making monetary gains from this, I will get like the best equipment that we can possibly get because that is very important.
I think we're doing great.
No, but like, you know what? For what we have, this is a great setup.
Lily agrees.
Lily. Okay, so
Yes, for
I
today's
will
episode.
let you take away what we're doing today.
Well, even though we're kind of already into 2024, we're a little bit late to the game, but we saw this and we loved it.
Yeah.
And it is 2024 bingo. So something I'm stoked about as a trend is that I'm seeing bingo cards kind of take off for different contexts, and one of them is predictions you're going to make for the year 2024. So as you can see, we got a 5x5 card, free space in the middle. So we both came up with a total of 24 predictions for ourselves and for pop culture, the world at large, that we're going to make for the year. And then come December 2024, we're going to see how many we got. We'll buy ourselves a special gift if we get a bingo.
If we get a bingo?
Yeah. And then we'll do it again for 2025.
Oh yeah, I don't know what it is. According to astrologists, we are in the age of Aquarius. And if you know anything about the age of Aquarius is, it shifts a lot of world events historically. If you look at it, like I think they said that when the Roman Empire fell, we were in the age of Aquarius. So like a lot of major world events happen, and they're not all bad. So I am predicting that there's going to be a lot of change, and I'm hoping, because I'm trying to do the thing where I don't go to the worst case scenario. I'm hoping that I'm trying to look at it as glass half full, and like the things that were going to happen are going to be for the better. You know, there's going to be these necessary changes within the next, I think from now to 2030, I think there's going to be a lot of changes for the world at large, and it's going to be better for a lot of us, especially in the United States.
There's a lot of those that have come up recently.
Yeah.
Those, like, everything are going to change predictions. Like the 80-year thing. One day, though, I'm going to have to give you my little rant on when I think the Roman Empire actually ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know what you mean. We're like, I think
no, you know what? It might not be the Roman Empire. I think it was, the French Revolution.
Okay.
The French Revolution was during the Age of Aquarius. There's a lot of other things. I'm going to have to do more research on it, so maybe next time I'll do a little update on that, if you're interested. If not, then I won't. But I've seen a lot on TikTok and on Reels and stuff about like, oh, we're going into the Age of Aquarius. This is what this means. And like, for whatever reason, this year, like 2024, it feels different.
it does.
And yeah, and like, I'm a little worried though, because my mom and I were so excited for 2020. We really were. Like, we had a party where we were predicting things with our friends, and we were kind of trying to do, like, it wasn't like a bingo card, but we were like trying to be like, oh, what do you think's gonna happen this year? And we were like, oh, all these great things are gonna happen, and then the pandemic hit, and shit just hit the fan. So I'm a little worried about being this optimistic, but it feels different.
Yeah, it wouldn't really be a bingo card for 2020. It would just be one square, and there's only one thing in there.
And then you'd hit bingo.
Yeah, exactly. Bingo. I was going to say, did anybody predict the pandemic happening? Was anybody like, I think there's going to be a pandemic?
Okay, so
like, you're crazy.
You know what? I did see this girl. She, like, this like self-proclaimed psychic. I have to find the video. If I can find it, I'll show you. But basically, this TikTok, she said that she was like, oh, I predicted a lot of the world events, including Trump getting elected and the insurrection and the world lockdown for, like, basically the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And then she was like, here's my predictions from now until 2030. And she was saying, like, she was predicting that there's going to be a lot of labor union strikes, that it was going to be the biggest, and like, it wasn't just going to be here, it was going to be throughout the world, that the 40-hour work week is going to end. once and for all by 2030. And it's going to be the biggest in the United States. We're going to have, and she said there's going to be a huge shift, and there's going to be like a lot of unrest with us and like how we do labor in this country. And then she was saying something about that, like by 2030, scientists are going to solve the crisis, the environmental crisis, that they're going to be able to not reverse it, but they're going to be able to figure something out that will really make it better and make it like not as bad as it is now.
So by 2030, so like just in on time. So they're treating this like how I would treat papers in college, where it's like, hey, if it's due 12:01, as long as I get it done by 12.
Well, I remember when I was in 9th grade, I had to take earth science. And that's funny because back then it was like 2009. Global warming was still like a theory. Like it wasn't, everyone was kind of like still not unsure about it. So we watched, what is it called? What was that called? The Unfortunate Truth or An Inconvenient Truth. We watched an Inconvenient Truth, and it scared the bejesus out of me. Yeah, as a 14-year-old kid, like I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do about the fucking environment? I'm 14. You know what I mean? Like it scared the shit out of me. And I remember we had to take, so we watched The Inconvenient Truth, and then there was another documentary that was a bunch of scientists that got together and were like, this guy's crazy. Don't even listen to him. Like the earth goes through warming periods all the time. And so I remember we had to write a persuasive essay, basically staking a claim of like, do you think it's a hoax or do you think global warming is real? And I did believe global warming was real, but I was so terrified by it that I took comfort in staking the other claim I was like, no, like, but I also was trying to be optimistic too. I was like, I think we're going to fix it. I think that like technology is just going to get better, and that we're going to, you know, that we're going to fight this, and that the earth is just going through a global warming, but like not, it's not going to be bad. And look at we are now. Look at where we are now. But
I mean, I can't blame you for wanting to be optimistic.
No, but the thing is I totally believed in global warming. I just didn't want. I was in denial. Yeah. Because I remember writing that. I remember specifically while I was writing this essay, I was like, I am bullshitting. Like I was like, when I heard about global warming, I was like, oh, for sure. Like it makes sense.
What did you get on the paper? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Do you remember if it was good or bad?
Well, it was good. Okay. Because I did the assignment. You know, it was high school. As long as you do the assignment and you like write words down. Yeah. And like there was a rubric and I did the rubric, so I got probably an A or a B. Hey,
that's still pretty good. If you can write something that you don't believe in and still get an A or a B.
I always like to think, like I think about this essay a lot because I remember it was the first time I was like, I don't agree with myself at all, but I'm so terrified of global warming being real that I'm just going to pretend that these scientists know what they're talking about. But I think about like my earth science teacher sitting down and reading that paper and being like, this bitch is dumb.
Lying.
Yeah, she's lying.
Why are you lying?
Like because she was for all intents and purposes, a hippie.
Okay.
And
a hippie teacher.
Yeah, she was pretty hippie and vegan, and she was vegan because of the environment and a bunch of other things, very natural. And I was like, while I was writing this paper, I'm like, she's going to judge the hell out of me. She's going to think that I'm the dumbest person because I'm like, what? No, global warming is a lie. And it's not that I took the stance that global warming is a lie. I think I was like, it's not as bad as they're saying. But like I said, while I was writing this paper, I was like, a bitch is lying.
I mean, you just want to be like, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's terrifying to think about. As a 14-year-old kid, when you've barely been able to live life as it is, like, by the way, and then, you know, oh, that's right. That's why I brought this whole thing up. They said, if we don't fix things by 2030, the world is doomed. Or the world as we know it is doomed.
Yeah, the world will be fine.
The world will be fine. And that's the thing. What the world, like, right now as a society and as a species, I will say, right now as a species, we are considered a parasite. to the world. So what the world is doing, because we are taking all of her resources, we're pumping these gases into her atmosphere and trapping them, and we're ruining a lot of things, and we're fucking up ecosystems. Like, we are a parasite in every sense of the word. And so what the earth is doing right now is she is trying her best to get rid of this parasite, i.e. us.
I mean, it's like giving yourself a fever, right? It's like when you're sick, you have a fever, and the heat from the fever.
I got a fever.
And the only prescription
is more cowbell.
Is more global warming.
More global warming.
I gotta kill these humans. That was so bad.
Good night, humans.
Good night, humans.
I can't do
forever. You're never coming back.
You're never coming back. You're gonna be ghosts. All right. Do you want to start on the?
Yes.
On the bingo card. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write them down, and then we'll go over them while we go, and we will go over it at the end, and we'll see what we got.
Yeah.
And then we will come back to this. What do you think? Next December? Right before
New Year's.
Okay, so on our very last episode of the year of 2024, so presumably around December 2024, unless we take a break again, we will go back over this and we'll see if we got anything right. All right, so let's go with your first prediction. I'll put it right here. And I'm just going to go all over the board, just kind of like willy-nilly.
Right. My first prediction is prediction about you.
Oh.
And I think you are going to make a friend with a dog.
A friend with a dog. Oh!
Yes. So okay. I think, so like kind of the way we've been, like the way you've been attracting friends is through your cat volunteer. Yeah. But I think it's going to be different. I think hopefully once like this dog respiratory issue, hopefully this like clears itself up. Yeah. And by the summer we're going back to dog parks and everything. And I think you are going to meet someone there, like we're going to meet like a couple friends or just a friend with like a dog where our dogs will like start to play. Aww. And I think you're going to meet a friend that way.
I love that.
And then we're going to hang out with them like at the dog park. We might see them again and then we'll be like, oh, is there a cool like dog bar, dog watering hole, whatever you want to call it? And I'll be like, yeah. And then we'll hang out more.
Okay, you're going really in depth here. I'm going to write it down.
All these things are going to happen exactly the way I said them.
Let me write it down.
Yeah, that's how I see it happening. I really hope the dog respiratory thing works out. That's been a real bummer.
I know. I remember when that first started happening, it started in like around in Oregon. Mm-hmm. And you know the guy, the Asher guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's on Facebook and like he does a bunch of dog rescues and stuff. The Asher Foundation. He's a dog rescuer out in Oregon. And I've been watching his videos. Like the only reason I have Facebook literally is, first of all, my family, because none of my family really uses Instagram. So that's the only way I keep in contact with them. And the Dodo videos. Yeah. I am like, they know me. Facebook's got me down pat. They are just like, just shove a bunch of animals and rescues. And I'm just like, So I've seen a lot of his videos. And I remember he had an outbreak.
Oh no.
And it was really sad. There was a bunch of controversy with that apparently. Like people were saying that he was lying. But he wasn't. It's a real thing. It's just taken a while to get around the United States. But anyways, let's go on with our predictions. My first prediction for you is you are going to vastly improve your cooking skills.
Oh, vastly improve.
Yeah. I just have this feeling that you're just going to really take an interest in like cooking a specific dish. And then that specific, like once you get really good at that dish, you're going to be like, what else can I cook? And then I think that your cooking skills are going to get really good.
So you're saying I'm going to have like an Encanto moment where I'm going to be like, what else can I do? Bring it in. Bring it in.
Yes.
Yes, I would love that. But I mean, when you say vastly improve, I mean, I guess I have a long way to go. I know exactly what you mean, and I think I've already started to do that, particularly like with fried chicken, because I really want to make like really good fried chicken. I want to really make really good like comfort food. Like barbecue's really great, but like the best food I've ever had was when I went to South Carolina with my family. And we had fried chicken, and we had that corn on the cob with like cheese on top, and like so much goodness. And like when we tried making that fried chicken that one time, it came out amazing, and I love it. So I would love to get really good at that.
Yeah.
And I think like we're gonna make chicken katsu later this week, which is very close to fried chicken.
Oh, I don't eat meat anymore. But sometimes when Shane makes something really, like, that seems really good, I have to at least have a taste of it. So I'm going to have a taste of that chicken katsu, and I'm very excited for it.
Good. I want you to tell me, like, how it comes out and, like,
It's
how I
probably
can
going
make
to
it
be
better.
really good.
Yeah.
We had to get this, like, specific cooking wine for it.
Yeah.
Like a vinegar cooking wine. And it's, like, it says sweet and savory.
Yeah.
And it was $10. Y'all, it was $10 and it's like this big.
So it better be good.
It better be good, but I think it will be.
That's for the katsu sauce too.
Okay.
So yeah, the regular katsu is pretty basic. I might like mess with the recipe a little bit on that, maybe like give it a little bit of spice. Katsu sauce is looks like it's gonna be a process, and that requires that sweet and savory cooking wine, and I cannot wait.
Oh, is that what you like? Do you put that in like barbecue or something?
It's not just like I think it's like a whole process because it has that Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Well, yeah, it has that in there, and then it has a few other ingredients that we have. And I think it needs some ginger, some garlic, so that's all gets mixed together into this. I can't wait. Delicious sauce.
Okay, so you know what? Instead of saying you're going to get better at cooking, I'm just going to say that you're going to get really into cooking.
Ooh, that's great. Yeah.
I can't rewrite that, but we know what that means.
We know what that means. All right, mine?
Yes, another one of yours.
All right.
Do one for you.
All right, one for me. Mine for myself are a little boring, but the one that I really like is that I want to see that little baby rhino at the zoo. So I'm going to see that little baby rhino at the zoo.
Well, that's not really a prediction, honey. That's
I'm
just
seeing
something
that little baby rhino at the zoo.
Yeah, there was a new baby rhino that was born at the Oregon Zoo over the winter break.
Yes.
Yeah, over the winter season, and everyone's excited about it. No one has seen it yet. None of the staff has seen it, well, except for the staff that works with the rhinos. But yeah, we're really excited for it. No one in the public even knew that she was pregnant because rhinos are pregnant for like 18 months.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being fucking pregnant for that long? No thanks. No thanks.
I told you the whole thing, like how human what's that called, gestation?
Yeah, gestation. Yeah.
The whole human gestation period is crazy short, and that's why we're like, compared to other animals, we're like crazy useless as babies.
It's so true because as soon as the rhino popped out, it was able to like walk around and kind of just like it needs its mom to teach it how to survive in the wild and how like the survival instincts that it needs in order to like get the food and sustenance it needs, and it also needs the mom because she's a mammal, so it needs her milk. But like, yeah, other than that, they're pretty self-sufficient. Like we watched a giraffe give birth over the summer.
That was really cool.
Freaking insane. If you've never seen a giraffe birth, look it up. But be advised, obviously, because it's very graphic. But they are, they're what, like 9 feet tall, and this baby's just hanging out. And it looks like it's dead. And then all of a sudden,
it's really creepy.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it just falls out 9 feet. Boom. And then the 6-foot child pops out. And you're just like, I can't believe I just witnessed that. It was amazing.
Yeah, Wednesday was born 6 feet tall.
I'm not sure if y'all can tell, but giraffes are my favorite animal. Like, I have a giraffe there, I have a giraffe there, I have a giraffe there.
There's more giraffes, too.
Yeah, we need to get some rhino stuff. Rhinos are his favorite.
Yeah, but there's not as much rhino stuff. It's really weird. We'll get some rhino stuff.
There really isn't.
We'll get some rhino stuff.
Okay, let's see. Where do I want to put this? Here, you pick a spot where I can put this.
Is that a good one? That's a good one.
No, that's a great one.
Okay. I want to say there.
There? Okay.
Yeah.
Rhino is RHI.
RHI.
Yeah. I'm always like, because of my ADHD, I have a really hard time with spelling. Spelling just doesn't come naturally to me, so don't judge me.
Yeah, me either. Thank God for spell check.
No, really. Anyways, my prediction for myself. This is funny that you said the friend thing. I have a prediction for a friend for myself. I will meet a new friend who I'll be very close with.
Oh,
And that's been so hard for me. Like, I've made friends here, but they've all been, like, it's been really hard to connect with someone on, like, that friendship level where you're like, this could be a new best friend. So I'm predicting that I'm going to meet my new best friend. Not my new best, like, I have, like you were saying the other day, best friends are a tier. So I will meet a new best friend on the tier.
Yes. There'll be room for another one.
All right. I'm gonna put
A
this
Pacific
right
Northwest
here.
best friend. Although they might not be from here, but you'll meet them here. I do love that line.
I'm just going to say bestie.
Bestie.
And then I'm going to put a little heart.
Aww.
This better happen. Universe, if you're listening, this better freaking happen.
Or else.
I need a friend. I've been feeling so lonely and I've been missing my friends so bad. Hey, if one of my friends want to move here and then become my new bestie again,
Then that counts.
there's place in there's place in our house.
There
Just
is
saying.
room. We do have room.
We have room.
Especially for friends.
Anyways, what is your next prediction? Would it be for me? Yeah, for me.
Oh, another one for you. Okay.
Or do you want to just keep going in like a weird order?
Well, I kind of like this one for you, so I'm going to go with this one next. Okay. I have a feeling that you are going to help someone with their engagement.
I'm going to help someone with their engagement. I've always wanted to help someone with their engagement.
Yes.
Did you know that?
We've talked about it before.
Okay. Yes. Like being close enough with, like, I love making connections with people and like being a part of someone's like most important day. Well, one of the most important days of their life, and like their partner knowing that I'm seeing me as like an integral part of that person's life, and then being like, they would want you to be part of this, would make my entire life. So I love that prediction, and again, universe, do me right.
It might be for your new best friend.
I love that. Can you imagine I just meet this new best friend this year and we get that close that their partner is like, hey, I'm proposing and I think it'd be great if you were, I would freaking cry my eyes out.
I mean, it could happen like in the next month, and then they want to get engaged around Christmas time. And yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah. I could definitely see that happening. I could see a partner seeing you as someone to like help out with an engagement.
I hope so.
It's like an asset.
Oh, I really hope so. That'd be so amazing. Like I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast. I am like I'm a scary good liar. Because I can keep such a straight face. Mm-hmm. I don't like lying. I do my best not to. Like, I've never lied to you.
Yes.
And like, I'm good at lying though. I think a lot of it has to do with trauma and getting like out of things, and like my mom was very strict growing up, so I had to be good at lying so that I could get away with things, so that I wouldn't get grounded. I'm a good liar. So I'm really good at like I'm good at keeping secrets, and I'm like, not from you, but other than you, I'm good at keeping secrets, and I am really good at kind of like, I don't know, like throwing people off. Like,
yeah, like
I think I'd be like one of those friends that would be like
throw them off the scent.
If they're like, am I gonna get engaged? I'm like, oh really? Do you really think this is the year? You know, like not like in a mean way, but like, I don't know, like, do you think? And then kind of try to like put the seed in there that maybe this isn't the year, and then it does happen. Then I'm like, see, I'm so happy.
Like, you would have been a great like cop or CIA agent or
yeah, you've
FBI
said that before.
Agent. Yeah, it's very true. Because I mean, like, I could definitely see you being good at that and like honing your skills even more.
I am very suspicious of everyone. Mm-hmm. I like, you've seen it. Anytime we're in the car, I'm constantly looking, because I've been followed home a few times. Well, maybe not home. I'm very good at knowing when people are following me. So when you and I are in the car, like the other day, I was like, this person has been tailing us for like since we left our block. And Shane's like, what? I had no idea. And I'm like, they were doing all the telltale signs of following someone, where they would like fall back and then they'd get really close if anyone tried to get in the lane, and then they tried to like we would take a turn and they would only take a turn like after we started taking a turn. It just seemed weird. And then of course right when I tell him, they take a left turn and we're taking a right turn, so I was like, oh, never mind.
Maybe they bugged the car.
No, they didn't bug the car.
They bugged the car. You know who they are too.
Well, yes, we know who they are. My mom knows who they are. Y'all aren't allowed to know who they are.
No, it's a secret.
It's a secret. It's a family secret.
It's deep in the family.
Shane's allowed to know because he is officially in the family. As of June 2nd, 2023.
She told me on our wedding night. She's like, I
did.
Secret.
I was like, I have family secrets. Anyways, is it my turn?
What was the last one?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to help someone with their engagement.
Yes. So it's your turn now.
So I just realized I didn't put one for our podcast, and
oh yeah,
I'm not okay with that. So I'm going to change one of mine that the second one I did for myself was kind of lame. So I'm going to change it for a podcast one. Okay. We are going to get a sponsorship deal.
Ooh.
We're going to get 2 sponsorship deals this year.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah. At least 2. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't want 2. I don't want just 2. We're going to get at least 2.
You gotta put at least to manifest it into the universe. You hear that, universe?
Yeah. Again, universe, if you're listening, a girl could use your help.
Maybe instead of writing letters to Santa, we should write letters to the universe.
I do it all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. It is now your turn, my love.
Okay, so here's one that I've been thinking about. And if this actually works, I will surprise even myself.
I'm intrigued.
I'm going to have the Browns winning the Super Bowl.
Wait. The Browns.
The Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns are going to win the Super Bowl.
Wait, really?
I think so. I've thought about it a lot. The Cleveland Browns have been through a crazy year. They started off with Deshaun Watson, also known as Groper Cleveland, as their quarterback. He got hurt, and before that, their starting running back got hurt, and they have persevered through all that. They were really close to just being the best team in the whole league, if it wasn't for Baltimore. I think they can beat Baltimore. I think they can beat the Chiefs. I think it is going to be the Browns versus the Bills in the AFC Championship game.
Oh, okay. I have a cousin who is the biggest Bills fan. If they lose to the Cleveland Browns, his poor heart will be devastated. It will be shattered. I love my cousin, so I hope that doesn't happen.
I can see... Unfortunately, I can see that happening. I think they're going to beat the Chiefs, which will be really cool. The Bills will. I think the Bills will beat the Chiefs. I think the Bills will beat the Steelers. And then I think the Browns are going to beat the Bills in the AFC Championship game. Then in the NFC, I think the 49ers are going to come out of the NFC, and I think they're going to beat the Cowboys in the AFC Championship game. I think the Cowboys will make the AFC Championship game. I think it's going to be a great game, and I think they're going to lose in devastating fashion. I almost had the Bills just making the Super Bowl and losing to the 49ers. I could still see that happening, but nah, I'm going to go with it.
All right.
I
respect that. I love one that's coming out of left field.
Yeah, the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl, and it'll be crazy and unpredictable.
I'm going to move on with mine. We're on to politics for me. No, just kidding. We're on to you.
Me?
My last one for you. We will go on a long road trip for this year.
I love it. I love to go on a long road trip.
We've gone on a long road trip, but that didn't count because it was us moving from Colorado to Washington.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most stressful and unfun things we've experienced thus far. So I want to go on one that's going to be long, and we're going to see a bunch of national parks. I've been really wanting to go to Montana. Mm-hmm. Ever since we moved from Colorado, I miss the mountains.
Yeah.
And when I think of the mountains, I think of the Rockies. And what better way to see the Rockies than go to Montana?
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you're right. What we did last year wasn't a road trip.
No.
That was moving. And moving and a road trip, even though you're doing the exact same thing, are probably two of the most completely different things that I can think of. Because, yeah, that was stressful and time sensitive and kind of scary, and
It was very scary.
yeah, it was not fun. This
Especially with our three at the time, 3 animals, 2 dogs and 1 cat.
Yeah.
Who was terrified the entire time.
this I can see being different.
This will be fun.
And-
I also I can envision us being able to either rent or maybe even buy secondhand, like one of those camper van things, like the little tiny homes on wheels kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those, like not the Mercedes, because we don't have that kind of money, but I see us like doing it in one of those.
Okay. I always wanted to turn my flatbed, that is kind of tents that can kind
Yeah.
of go on the flatbed, so you have like almost 2 levels. I've always wanted to go on like a road trip with that.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, because then you're up off the ground. So, like, we can put like something that resembles a mattress in the tailgate, so we're not on the ground with bugs.
I would love that.
And then we put all our stuff either in the truck, which would be great because we can hide all our stuff from
Yeah.
like animals and bears later at night. And then, yeah, we wake up in the morning. We have kind of
Feeling
our
like P. Diddy.
feeling like P. Diddy.
Get it?
Yeah, the Kesha song.
Wake up in the morning.
Feeling like P. Diddy.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, there will be a bottle of Jack there to brush our teeth. I
Oh,
mean,
that's good.
we're not savages after
We're
all.
not savages. We do like to brush our teeth. All right. Now it's your turn.
My turn. Well, since that one was kind of one for us, I'm going to do one for us. I'm just trying to think which one. Okay. We are going to host
Yeah?
either a Halloween party or some sort of party.
A holiday party?
Either-
Or like a themed party?
A themed party.
Ooh,
There we go.
I love that.
We're going to
Okay.
host a themed party.
I love that because I love hosting and I love a theme.
And this is right up our alley.
Aw, that'd be so much fun. Like if we make a bunch of friends and universe, I'm begging you. Anyway,
You can tell this is good predictions because we keep asking the universe to help
I
us out.
know these are really great predictions. Okay, so now I'm going into politics. My first one is another Supreme Court justice will die.
I mean, yay! The 6 out of 9% yay. So 2/3 yay to that.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know which one, but I mean, they're all, barely alive. Well, not all of them. Some of them are still barely alive, and I think you know which one I'm talking about. And there's one that I particularly would like to pass on to the afterworld. So
It's funny. They used to be some of the oldest, and now they're probably, out of the 3 branches of government, they're one of the youngest. Which is crazy to think about.
But there's just that one particular one that I'm like,
Croak, 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 croak.
okay, I'm not like, you know what I mean. Anyways, moving on. What is yours?
Let's see which one. Oh, okay. This is one I really want to do.
Okay.
So this is a celebrity one, a pop culture one.
I'm excited.
And it is Drake is going to get canceled.
Okay.
Finally.
Yes. We have been wanting Drake to get canceled for as long as we've been together.
He's a fucked up individual.
Drake is we've seen some patterns with Drake that we are very alarmed by, and we're like, how has he not been called out for these horrible behaviors?
There's a ton of smoke that
There's
makes
a lot
me
of smoke.
believe that there is definitely some fire there.
Yeah, and let's just say Smokey the Bear is not happy.
And a lot of these times, like, people think that when people get canceled, it's kind of like an out of the blue thing. A lot of times it's not. A lot of times people have known this kind of thing about the person who gets canceled for a while.
Yeah, and people have been talking about it
And
with Drake.
And it's just one thing that pushes it over the edge, whatever that is.
I'm gonna go for another. Let's go for. I don't know what to go for. Okay, I'll go for a world one. I think there's going to be a breakthrough in environmental tech.
Yes,
And by that I
hope
mean
so.
like something to help the environmental crisis. I think there's going to be a breakthrough. Someone's going to invent something or discover something that's going to make like the environmental crisis a little bit easier to fix.
Universe, if you can't give us any of the other ones, that's a good one.
Although I would really like a friend.
What if you make a friend with the person who makes the breakthrough?
No, I feel like it's going to be someone in like another country. I don't think it's going to be here.
Yeah, that does seem like something somebody from another country would think of.
Yes, but you never know. I honestly like. I have a feeling that it's going to be someone really young.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be someone really young. There's maybe still in like not primary school, but like they're still in school.
Yeah.
Not like, yeah, they're still in school. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah. School, like maybe in like some like college or grad school or something like that, but they're younger. If we get a blackout bingo card, that would be the greatest year. We would have an amazing year.
Really though, honestly, this would be the best year of my life besides marrying you.
Aww.
Okay. Now it is your turn, my love.
Let's see. What else do I have? I'll do my lower one first.
Okay.
So I think that a progressive candidate is going to get 5% of the popular vote in the election. Now, what that means is that you can start getting federal funding for your party, and then that's a good way to get your party going and get it generated.
Okay.
So if you get 5% of the popular vote in an election, you can start apply for federal funding to help your party. I don't think they're going to win any states.
Okay. This is kind of what I was saying the other day.
Yeah. The last party to get, what do you call it? A state was George Wallace's party back in 1968.
Yeah.
So I don't think something like that's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. That's a little bit too
Ambitious.
Yeah. Especially in our political climate in the United States. Also, if you're not from the United States and you're watching this, hi. Hi.
What's up?
How's it going? Let us know where you're from in the comments. I
Yeah.
really want to know that. That would be cool.
If you're from another country, let us know and have them tell us something that they think about America
Yeah.
or a question.
Give us a question, and then
Yes.
also if you have an opinion on what you think American, like living in America is like, tell
Keep
us.
it to yourself. I mean, yes, tell us.
No, I want to know. I want to know. Okay.
I was just joking.
'Tis my turn. Let's go with pop culture. This one is near and dear to my heart. Matt Rife will go to court for some sort of misconduct. Universe?
For the people out there who don't know, tell us about Matt Rife.
Well, if you don't know about Matt Rife, good for you. I wish I didn't know about this fucker.
Yeah, skip ahead. Keep not knowing.
Yeah, I honestly, if you want to skip ahead, he's a comedian. He's made some very choice jokes about some very choice subjects. I don't want to give him too much of a platform.
Yeah.
Although we get like 8 views on our videos, so it's not very much of a platform for now. Universe.
When people come back and watch our old episodes,
Yeah.
we don't want to give
Him.
future Foot Locker employee
Yeah.
Matt Rife too much of a platform.
That's too good for him.
Nothing wrong with people
I was
who
gonna
work at
say,
Foot Locker. You're
that's
a good,
too good
hardworking
for him.
Pardon me. Let's see. Freelance algae scraper.
Or like door-to-door salesman, Matt Rife.
Yes. Let's see. Door-to-door urinal cake salesman, Matt Rife. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are going to get engaged. So exciting.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think this because, one, I'm 34, and they're both 34, and, like, I know people think, like, oh, Taylor Swift, she just has boyfriends to write songs, but, like, when you kind of get a little older, your perspective of the world kind of changes.
Yeah. Well, and something about them is different.
It does feel different, right?
Yeah. Like I feel like they understand each other. And she's like, I don't know. I don't want to get too into it. I think they're good for each other. And like, you know, that the feeling you and I had when we met each other, it was like the person who understands me, like no one's ever got me. Mm-hmm. For some reason, like I don't know them personally, but I get that feeling for them. And I hope I'm right, because Taylor Swift and like everyone deserves that.
Yes.
Not just Taylor Swift, but like her of all people, who has gone through horrible, disgusting things because of the male-dominated media. She deserves a win.
Yeah.
Although she has been winning. Oh my God, has she been winning? Good for you, Taylor Swift.
I think she's going to get that this year.
That's okay, but like, that's fast, because they just started dating this year.
Well, I'm picturing it being towards the end of the year.
But who am I to say? Like, we got married after 2 years of dating, so.
And this might end up being an early 2025 one, like after the season ends. Like,
Okay.
I'm a Raiders fan, so I can't stand the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh no, I'm a Broncos fan.
Beach on Christmas.
You know, so
sucks.
I can't. They're a big rival for us too.
Yeah, I mean, I've been rooting for them, even though it kills me. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Division rivals, I get, but Travis Kelce just takes special pleasure in beating the Raiders. He really does.
He seems like a really cool dude, though.
He seems like a nice guy,
Yeah.
and
The Raiders would be so lucky. That's all I'm going to say. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't feel any certain. I think he seems really cool. And if he's dating Taylor Swift, I think she has good taste. So that's all I'm going to say. Let's move on.
Well, the only thing I was going to say to end that is, like, if it is an early 2025 one, I could see, like, Kelsey and the Chiefs winning another Super Bowl, him, like, proposing and then retiring.
Can you imagine if he, like, say they win the Super Bowl next year, and he proposes, like, on the field?
Yeah, I could see something big like that happening.
That'd be insane.
Or he proposes, like, yeah, they have a
People
whole
would
setup.
lose their ever-loving minds.
Yeah, it would be a big deal. I don't know when the Super Bowl is next year.
It's usually in February, right?
Oh, so yeah, February is usually when it is. I don't know where it is, though.
Oh, okay.
It's in Vegas this year.
Oh, it's in Vegas this year. Cool.
They've already started preparing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's next month.
It's going to be a big deal.
It's going to be cool.
It is going to be
They have a
really
really cool stadium there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's brand spanking new. So
Yeah. You messed
it'll
up
be,
on...
I'm really excited for the halftime show.
Oh, who's at halftime show this year?
I don't know, but I'm excited what they're going to do with that new stadium.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to look cool.
I mean, it's known for having really good concerts.
Yeah, who is the halftime show this year?
We'll have to look it up. Let me look it up.
Yeah, usually by now, did they announce it already?
We should know. We should know. Let me see. Usher?
Usher.
Usher's headlining the halftime show?
Really? No, I didn't hear that.
I mean, okay. I'm glad to know it's 2004 again.
I know. I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad about it. I'm just surprised.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really hear about Usher anymore.
No, you really don't. I mean,
You know?
it's an interesting choice.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, I'm going to go with the world one. Another royal dies.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think, just like the Supreme Court, there's one I'm really rooting for.
Yeah,
There's
me
one
too.
that I'm hoping that I don't wish death on anybody, but oh God, I can't remember that expression. It's like, I don't wish death on anybody, but I've been okay reading a few obituaries or something like that, or a few obituaries. I can't remember it. If you know it, tell us. But like, I heard it and I was like, yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
You don't want anybody to die. But
No.
there's certain people you're just like, oh no.
You're just like,
Gosh darn. Whoa,
Universe?
yeah.
okay, it is your turn, my love.
My turn. Oh, okay. This is another one for us.
Yes.
I think by this time next year or December of this coming year, you and me are going to have a great trivia team that we're going to be a part of.
Ooh, okay. So we'll have a trivia team?
Yes, and we will be good. We will like win or come close to winning every single time.
I'm just going to say we'll go to trivia regularly.
That's good, baby.
Okay. I like that one. We went to trivia once since we've moved here, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, we need to go again.
We got to go again. when we went with your cousin, and he was so much fun. Like we both like your cousin and I like to say that Shane is the one who carried the team. I got one question. Like I'm just not good at trivia. I am smart. I don't have the ability to like store all that knowledge into my brain for whatever reason, but Shane is like a freaking tank. He just like you're a machine, man. Like you can just like the things your brain can do, it baffles me. It's so cool.
Well, I think mine might be a little bit coming from trauma too, because I used to think I was really dumb. So my brain.
But so did I.
But my brain protected itself in a different way, where it's like you got to remember all these random things so you can bring them up later.
Yeah, but but you also are just like the most passionate about history and like world events and politics. Like you just know, like, and you're passionate about it. I don't think it might have stemmed from that, but like you actually genuinely want to know the information.
I think it's also a little bit of a kind of a patriarchal sexist thing where like men are kind of encouraged to show off their smarts. So it was something that I stored because I could use, as like women aren't encouraged to show off their smarts as much. So like you storing that information, like trivia information that's really kind of only good for like being like, I know this, then it just doesn't serve you the same way it would serve somebody like a man who's like encouraged to be like, well actually
It's too bad you don't have glasses.
One day.
I doubt it.
You don't think I'm ever gonna need glasses?
Your dad doesn't need glasses.
My dad needs glasses. He just don't want to admit it.
Oh,
he
just
needs
kidding.
glasses. He needs glasses to read. And
That's true. That's true.
So I'll probably.
You'll probably need reading glasses, but that's it.
Need reading glasses.
You're lucky.
One of these days.
Okay. Okay. So now it is my turn. Okay. Here's a pop culture one. Well, kind of pop. I don't know. But whatever. I'm not gonna label them anymore.
No worries.
Starbucks will get closer than ever to filing for bankruptcy.
Going down.
They lost $11 billion in the month of December, which is supposed to be their biggest month of revenue. And that was crazy. So we'll see where they are this time. We'll see where they are like December of next year.
The end of this month will be very revealing, because I think this is the end of their fourth quarter. Because, the October 31st is the end of the other quarter, so November, December. So the end of this quarter, if they're like really bad, like really down the dumps, they'll be in trouble. And then like I can throw a rock and get a coffee place. Like, what is so special about Starbucks anymore?
There really isn't. I can't stand Starbucks anymore. It tastes burnt. Also, they are really trying to fight against their workers from unionizing in the United States, which is a giant no-no.
Yeah, it's actually illegal to do that.
I was reading an article about them yesterday because I was just curious about like why they were losing a bunch of money. So first of all, they are going through a boycott worldwide, and they're also there's a lot of workers that are on strike, and then also the state of the economy. Like people cannot afford the luxury of going and getting a fucking $7 coffee right now. So most of us are making coffee at home because we can make a coffee for the price of
a Starbucks.
We can make 30 coffees for the price of one Starbucks drink.
Yeah, if you like,
maybe not really, but you know.
But I mean, it's $8 for something.
It's insane.
Yeah, and I like that was the other thing. I saw this clip where they're talking about beer struggling too. Like people aren't buying as beer as much because of a lot of
beer's also going like out of like
fashion.
I saw that there's a prediction for 2024 that like non-alcoholic beer is going to get really.
Non-alcoholic drinks have gone up.
Yeah.
In popularity by a lot.
Yeah. So more health conscious. We're trying to be more health conscious in 2024 apparently. So that'll be cool to see.
This is kind of a prediction. I'm going to finish 5 books.
Ooh.
I'm going to finish 5 books.
So Shane will finish 5 books.
I read. I just don't finish. I can finish articles, no problem. I can start books, no problem. I can't finish. I will get either to a third, half, maybe to 2/3 of a book, but I do read a lot of nonfiction books. I like history. I love history. I love nonfiction. I love learning about stuff. But the thing is, they're usually pretty dense, and so if I dive into a subject, I can easily get burned out of a subject, which is why I started doing that method where I have 2 different books, so I'm not like feeling overwhelmed by one subject, so I can kind of switch back and forth, and I just need to get back into doing that.
Yeah, I need to get back into reading too. I was really into it for a while, but then I started having eye issues, so it's been a little hard, but I'm gonna do it.
You want to do it?
I'm gonna do it. All right.
Do it.
Like I was saying before with that woman who was saying that she's predicting there's going to be a lot of uprising of sorts going against how labor is done in this country. I think that labor walkouts and protests will be the biggest they've ever been here.
I hope we get a general strike. Oh, I've seen old-timey photos of like general strikes from like the 19-teens and the 1920s, and it looks incredible. If we ever get a general strike, that'll be a big fucking deal. Labor is definitely on the rise, so for the first time in like 50 years since Reagan killed it, but that's a story for another time. And it's pretty impressive. And then I think we were talking about this the other day. Like one of the reasons why people kind of stopped liking unions back in the 70s is because they got really like, well, even before the 70s, they got really like mobbed up in a lot of cases. But like it was different the 1950s, 60s, and 70s when people were like Teamsters or shore or like longshoremen or dock workers or something like that. When it's like the people who are trying to unionize now are people like us, working at retail shops and Starbucks and museums and places like that. It's just a different generation, a different vibe, different thing, incredible.
Very different.
So something that was like a really big hindrance to unions staying in the position of power that they were, I don't think it's going to be a problem anymore.
No.
So without that hurdle, like that's a pretty open runway for unions to take off.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
We'll see. Okay. It is your turn, honey.
My turn. I'm going to do this one. And this is another politics one. I think, this is my prediction, Nikki Haley is going to beat Trump on Super Tuesday to win the Republican nomination.
I'm just going to say Nikki Haley will win the Republican nomination.
Yes. Well, it has a second part to it because I don't think Trump is just going to go down that easily. I think he's going to start a third party. And he's going to name it something really fucking stupid. Like, I have the examples, America Party. Not the American Party. He's just going to call it America Party.
Okay. I can totally see that.
Or the Freedom Party. Or my.
I don't want to put him on the top, so I'm going to put him at the bottom.
Or the party I think that's most likely is he's going to call it the Patriot Party. And he's going to have, oh man, this is already coming together. He's going to call it the Patriot Party. And dumbass from New England, Bill Belichick, is going to campaign with him. And I think...
Okay, that's 2 predictions in one, my love.
You're right,
so you gotta give me one.
I just put Haley beats Trump, and
Haley beats Trump. Okay.
And then if it goes the way I'm talking about, I think it's going to be Super Tuesday. Because if you don't know, if you're from another country, the way this works is instead of just having everybody vote, all these states all kind of compete for who gets to be first, and for whatever reason, at this time of year, every 4 years, fucking Iowa becomes one of the most important states in the entire union. And just to make it more dumb on top of that, Iowa has the caucus system. If you don't know what that means, instead of just having everybody vote like normal, you go to these little community centers or the schools with auditoriums or something like that. And representatives all stand around and they try to coax each other to go to the other side and pick a candidate. And it's like a little unscripted improv play, but you know, the only thing at stake is the leader of the free goddamn world.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, America is a jungle gym. Let's just say that. Okay. 'Tis my turn, I believe. Okay, so back to fun things.
What's your fun thing, baby?
I have an engagement one too. Just someone we know gets engaged.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we both have someone the same person in mind.
We had the same person in mind. However, I have a wild card.
I do
in my
too.
mind. Ooh. After this, you got to tell me who your wild card is.
I will tell you, but I don't think we should
Not on here.
dox people.
Not on here. No,
Oh, okay.
After this.
Okay. All right, so go ahead.
All right, my last one. And this one's kind of vague, but it goes with a general theme that I think is going to happen this year. And that I think something really big is going to happen at the Paris Olympics. So the Paris Olympics
Okay,
are...
but what do you mean? Something bad?
I can't tell if it's bad or good in this prediction.
Okay.
Like, this prediction, it's either going to be something like... Or like the Paris Olympics blow everybody away, kind of like how the Olympics in China did back in 2008. Everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa, that was so crazy!" And it's kind of because the Olympics last year, probably because it was delayed due to COVID and everything like that. I think people were really disappointed in. People are kind of getting over the Olympics. I feel like a little bit.
Yeah.
But this year, I think no matter what, good or bad, like people are gonna like remember these Olympics.
Okay, so something
Impactful. That's the word. Impactful is going to happen at the Summer Olympics, because I think this year, the summer of this year, I think is going to be fucking crazy.
I think so too.
I think the summer of this year is going to be like just one of the craziest, where it seems like something new and like this summer, I think something like wild is going to be happening every single day. It's going to feel like. I feel like by the time this summer's over, we're going to feel like we've lived an extra like 3 years.
We are in the age of Aquarius, my love. I told you it's going to be a weird, crazy, eventful year. I think that's all I have, honey.
Oh,
we have one spot left.
I just have one
it is
kind
your
of
turn.
I have one sweet one, kind of silly one. You are going to pet a giraffe this year.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god. I've pet a giraffe.
Yes. I think one of the reasons why last year was so bad.
Yeah.
You went the entire year without petting a giraffe.
I did. There is a zoo called Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. I think I've talked about it before briefly. No, probably not briefly. The Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, I grew up going there. If you haven't gone, go. It's one of the best zoos.
Recommend it.
I highly recommend it. But they have one of the best towers, which is a group of giraffes, if you didn't know. And you can feed them and interact with them. And I would go. We would try to go as much as we could. We were members of that zoo. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this year, the Oregon Zoo kind of has that, but
they only have 2.
Yeah, they only have 2. They do have feeding times where you can go in and feed them, but it's very limited. So it's kind of lame. I tell them that all the time. I'm like, y'all need more giraffes. Okay. Yeah,
it's kind of too bad because we were by a zoo that was so amazing with giraffes, and I feel like the zoo where we're by now is better with rhinos, especially now that they're gonna have a little baby rhino coming. I can't wait. Whoa. Just a sweet little tank puppy. It's going to be running around.
I know. I saw a picture of it, and it just reached 172 pounds.
Yeah.
Which is a huge breakthrough.
Yeah.
Well, it's a milestone, not a breakthrough. Okay. What we're going to do now is, because we're running out of time, but...
We're running long.
Yeah. We're running pretty long. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over them briefly, and then we're going to wrap this podcast up, and then... Hopefully we'll be able to fill some of these out during the year. We probably won't do it on the podcast because I want to do like a big reveal. Maybe we'll do it like a whole podcast where we just like fill them out.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I'm going to go over them. Okay, so something impactful will happen. Oh, sorry. So I'm going from left to right, and then I'm going top to bottom. So something impactful will happen at the Paris Olympics. Our podcast gets at least 2 sponsorship deals. Universe. We will host a themed party. Progressive candidate gets 5% of popular vote. Shane and Doriel go on a long road trip. Oh, please. Another Supreme Court justice will die. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift will get engaged. Doriel makes a friend with a dog. That sounds like I'm making friends with a dog. I'm gonna make a friend with someone that has a dog. Shane and Doriel will go to trivia regularly. Labor strikes / walkouts will be the biggest they've ever been in the United States. Someone we know gets engaged. There's a lot of engagement here.
Yeah.
Doriel will meet a new bestie. Universe. Matt Rife goes to court. Universe. Shane sees the baby rhino. Doriel will pet a giraffe. I love that they're right next to each other.
Oh, right next to each other.
Shane's cooking skills will get much better, and by that I mean you'll get more into cooking. Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl. Breakthrough in environmental tech. Shane will finish 5 books. Drake will finally get canceled. Another another royal dies. Starbucks gets closer than ever to filing for bankruptcy. Doriel will help someone with their engagement, and Haley defeats Trump on Super Tuesday. So we will come back at the end of this year, and we will see what happened. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a crazy year. I think it's gonna be crazy in a good way, though. Universe. I'm talking to you. All right, I think we should end it there.
It's probably a good place.
Yeah, we've been
That
going
was
for a
so
while.
much fun,
That
baby.
was so much fun.
Oh, I had such a good time.
I want to know what y'all's predictions are
Yeah.
for 2024. Let us know if you have any of the same that we did. Or if you have some off the rails. I've heard some off the rails ones, and I would love to see that. So please, if you don't normally comment.
Tell us.
We want to know.
I want to know. Yeah, I want to hear these off the wall ones really bad.
Yeah. Well, and then any ones that are the same, or just like what is one thing that you want to happen for you in 2024? And maybe you can tell us that, and then we will work on it together to get you there.
Yeah. You
So-
help us out. We help you out.
Sure.
Yeah. Little.
I mean, they don't have to help us out. We can just help them out because
No.
we're good people.
If they want to be loyal listeners, they better help us
Whoa.
out.
Okay, no, we're not.
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
We are.
What are the Empire? Are we the Empire?
Well, what we're doing is that we're gonna help out 3 people, and then they're gonna help out 3 people. No.
Oh my God, we're starting a pyramid scheme. We're starting a pyramid scheme. But we'll never tell you how we help people out. We'll just tell you that we retired early.
We retired early. Don't you want to retire early?
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. We had so much fun, and we will see you next week. Signing off.
Bye.
Bye.